Salt Lake City Comic-Con! I can't hear you! Yeah! Howdy, how you guys doing? Wow, what a great warm welcome, thank you. Wow.
The story I read is that you met your wife at a chili cook-off.
That's right. And at the time, what's your question? You want to know?
I want to know what makes a really good chili.
The funny thing is that when I met her at the chili cook-off in Malibu, neither of us were chili fans at all. And it's weird. I don't eat red meat. I eat turkey, you know, and chicken. Only birds that can't fly too good. Except I draw the line at penguins and emus and stuff like that. But she now makes the greatest turkey chili I've ever tasted in my life. And I know it sounds like, yeah, sure, you're married to her, of course you're gonna say that, and that's not very nice. It's awesome. It's awesome, and it's better cold the next day, and it's awesome. So yes, I try and convince her each year to enter her world-famous chili into the competition, but she just won't do it. But, you know, hopefully. And 7'4". I mean, he was just the most gentle guy, which was phenomenal to see him with kids and people. It was just a really, really beautiful guy. There's so many stories in the book, my gosh. I gave him almost 2 chapters. He's that big, he's worth 2 chapters. Here's a pretty funny story about Andre. Andre, in England, we're not known for our culinary genius. We're just, okay, all right? When I grew up, it was like lard on everything. Lard? What the heck is that? My gosh. In England back then, now we have like celebrity chefs now all over the world, and of course the food's gotten a little better, but for the most part, it's fairly unhealthy. They fry everything. Fried toast, fried, you know,
fish and
sausages, fried eggs, fried everything, and fried with lard. So English crews like to have tea breaks, which they don't do in America, because that would kill production. You know, it's a half-hour tea break. And Rob Reiner, who'd never worked in England before, first time a tea break happened, he saw a crew member eating what was called a chip butty. Now this is an artery clogger right here. This is a bun with French fries and butter. All right? And this guy was munching on this thing. Rob went up and went, "What's going on?" And he goes, "Tea break, governor, half an hour." Like that. And Rob goes over to the producer, Andy Scheinman, and goes, "What's this?" And Andy, the producer, goes, "It's that tea break, man. They get half an hour." He goes, "We'll never finish the movie at this rate. How many tea breaks do they get?" "Well, 2 in the studio and 3 on location." 3 on location? So, the craft services were supplying all these wonderful artery clogging, you know, delicacies. And Andre is French, for those of you who didn't know. It's pretty obvious with a name like that. And, you know, he grew up with a rather fine palate, you know? And he co-owned a restaurant in Montreal, a French restaurant. And he didn't care for this food at all. I mean, he was very delicate about what he ate, you know? Even though he ate a lot. He would order like a whole side of a menu, and then after he finished with that, he ordered the second side of the menu. But always with good, you know, we always make sure it was a good restaurant, you know? And he didn't care for these chip butties and all this stuff. So on his day off, he rented a truck, because he couldn't fit in anything else. He could only fit in the back of a trailer truck, God bless him, with no windows or nothing. They put an armchair in there for him, you know what I mean? And he traveled over to France. He took the ferry and went back home to visit his folks, and he filled the truck with crates of pate and foie gras and cheeses and wine, tons of wine. Which the producer came up to him and went, the line producer went, "Andre, what are you going to do with all that wine?" And Andre went, "Why, what do you mean? I want to share it with the crew." And the producer went, "Nah, no, we can't do that, Andre, we can't do that. I'll have to take care of it, unless you can. He goes, I got it, boss. So that's the story of Andre. And by the way, he was beloved by everybody on the crew before that. But when he showed up with all these delicacies, I mean, my gosh, he was, I mean, people were bowing at his feet.
So then, by all means, take me forward.
Maybe I'll just say, by all means, go ahead. What's my line? You know? Does anyone know my line? Anybody? See? Nobody remembers that scene. Isn't that terrible? You know your part, but I don't know mine. Wait a second. Wait right there. Don't go away. Who here knows the line? Get over here. Krista's gonna help us. Because we have to get through this scene. And all these lovely people are sitting here waiting. All right, here we go. You go spit in my ear, okay? Okay, cut, and action.
So,
Yes.
it's down to you, it's down to me. If you wish her dead, by all means, keep moving forward.
It appears we're at an impasse. Oh dear. Script supervisor. No, you're not fired, you're just being replaced. By the way, take 3 is actually normally my best take. Bless you. What's your name? Zach Taylor. Let's hear it for Zach. And rolling and action.
So, it's down to you, it's down to me.
Yes.
If you wish her dead, by all means, keep moving forward.
Let me explain.
Just nothing to explain. You tried to kidnap, but our wife was stolen.
Perhaps an arrangement can be reached?
There will be no arrangement. I am killing her.
Oh. But if there can be no arrangement, then we're at an impasse.
I'm afraid so. I can't compete with you physically, and you know mass from my brains. Here is a Plato, Aristotle, Socrates.
Yes.
Moments.
In that case, I challenge you to a battle of wits.
For the princess? To the death? I accept.
Good. Baby. I'm Carl. Give it up for Carl. He's burned more calories going up these steps in this hot outfit. Right?
That is absolutely right. I admire you doing it like 9 times.
Thank you. I need to trick them. That's right. Go ahead. What's your question?
My question is, actors never take things from sets, not props or costumes ever, but if you could have taken a prop or a costume item that you used, do you have like your dream list?
You know, I gave my sword to Rob Reiner as a gift at the end of the movie because I felt like he deserved it. While I was giving it to him, I actually thought, you know, I really should maybe keep this. But those are the best gifts you can give to people, the gifts that you want to keep for yourself. So that's why I gave it to him, and he has it on his mantle at home. And but there are plenty of swords to be had out there. There are people who make them now. So you have how many? One, yeah, oh, two, yeah. You don't have to fib about it. How many swords do you really have, Carl?
17.
I feel bad that I didn't get to answer all the questions. You guys have been so patient standing in line. Will we be doing more panels, or is this it?